Welcome everybody, and I think first thing I'd like to say is congratulations to Neville and his team. What a fantastic gathering. To think this started off 12 months ago as a few chats over the telephone, and to get here is absolutely brilliant and superbly organised, so hats off to Neville. I've been asked to address those 3 points. I think the first, I wouldn't want to give lots of statistics about how terrible our soils are. I think there's 2 things I'd like to just quickly say. We know that routinely we lose 2 to 3 centimetres of topsoil in the fencing area, and that happens every year, so clearly that's not a sustainable practice. We know that 50% of the sediment in some of our rivers is from runoff from maize crops, so again it's not a sustainable practice. Effectively our soils are not a replaceable resource. They take thousands of years to be replaced. So I would argue that we need to adopt sustainable agricultural practices. We know from the research in the Soil Security Programme that when we compare extensively managed versus intensively managed fields, the extensively managed fields respond quicker when they're put under stress, when they're relieved from stresses such as flooding and drought. In a recent conversation I had with Christian Aid, after the hurricanes that had hit India, those areas that were flooded that had been sustainably managed recovered more quickly and could become productive more quickly. As Helen said, we need to know how our soils are behaving, so we need a monitoring programme. There hasn't been a decent monitoring programme since the Countryside Survey in 2007, and if we are to know the direction of travel of our soils, so where our practices such as sustainable management are operational, we need to be able to monitor to find the direction of travel of those soils. And finally, we need an improved legislative framework. There's no framework at the present time that builds soil health. The Good Agricultural Environmental Condition does not encourage the levels of soil management required, and it has little support on the ground because it's not enforced. There is only 1 prosecution in 2015 for soil erosion. So to sum up, we need to encourage sustainable agriculture, we need a monitoring programme so we can provide the evidence that our actions are working, and a legislative framework that encourages good soil management. The 25-year Environment Plan and EU exit are opportunities to address these urgent issues, and I hope that we can act.